protection from status ailments. In this way, you're going to find that you lose a lot less. I mean,
and protection from
let's
status
put it
ailments.
this way. We all
In
know
this way,
that
you're going to
the
find that
arena system in this game is kind of a joke. A little bit of a joke. You can easily kill anybody's team pretty much if you have some decent characters, some decent units. In my case, obviously, I have a lot of 5-star units and TMRs and stuff like that. But even without all that stuff, it's very easy to win because the AI of the game does just the stupidest things imaginable, like casting faith on Luneth and Barfire on whoever. And that's the first point of this video. We're going to talk about how to avoid that dumb shit from happening. So, the first thing you'll notice is that I am not using any espers on my arena team. Now, in the JP version of the game, the espers you assign to your units are separate per party. So you could have no espers on this party, but the next party over could have a full 5 espers. We don't have that yet in Global, but even so, it is worth it to get rid of your espers while you're away from the game to stop your AI from using abilities that the unit shouldn't have. Certain gear gives you abilities too, and I would avoid using gear that gives you abilities that you don't want to be used. But the next thing we're going to talk about is which TMRs you should prioritize for going into the arena. Now, the main thing that you really should do is beef up all of your units' HP and their protection from statuses. It's the most important thing, especially in a kind of game meta right now that we're dealing with where people are using stop a lot and there is no protection from it whatsoever. Fine, there's nothing we can do about that. But you can stop yourself from getting hit with every other status in the book that can ruin a match. So these are the 4 things that you should get your hands on as fast as humanly possible. If you take a look in the bottom right, discernment, materia from 4-star 7. It's part of the Final Fantasy 0 or Final Fantasy Type 0 event. She was 4-star base. She's still quite possibly easy to pull, and her TMR protects from every status condition in the game, aside from status breaks, stat breaks, and stop. Next, same exact thing. Goddess's protection, materia from 4-star Tillith. Same exact effect as discernment. The only problem is she was a time limited unit currently unavailable, so unless you have her already, don't worry about her. But if you ever do pull her when she comes back, if she comes back, then prioritize getting that Trustmaster reward. Next up, ribbon, accessory, same effect as the top 2, but this time it comes from a 3-star base unit, which is a lot easier to pull than a 4-star base unit, obviously. And finally, jeweled ring. You get 2 of these from the story, I believe, and both of them are out of treasure chest, I believe, and what it does is protects you completely from stun and petrify, which are the 2 most dangerous status effects other than stop in the arena. Now, you don't need to get 5 of each of these. In fact, having only 1 of each of the Trustmaster rewards, or 2, and the jeweled rings should be enough. You don't need to protect every single person in your party. Of course, it's better if you can, but if you can't, try to get 1 or 2 or 3 of these and put them on every single one of your arena units. Now, you're going to be giving up a lot of stats without using espers and with using status protection. So I'm just going to show you the stats of these 5 emperors I'm using. I tried to keep their magic between 450 and 500. Not nearly as high as he can go, but that's all that you need to chain together and win any match against any party in this game right now. So you see this one's 580 is probably the highest. 504, 465, 504, 514. You don't need your characters to be super maxed out whale units that are going to impress everybody that sees them on their friend list. All you need is characters that can hit the maximum damage, 999, 999. And for that, you don't need maximum stats. So what you should do is gear them for survivability. Now, I'm a bad example because I have tons of TMRs and farm a lot, but even if you don't, there are items in the story that provide just as decent of a boost to your magic and stats without you having to TMR farm. And on every single one, I made sure to put HP plus materia. Now these are HP plus 30, but you don't have to use those. You can use 15, 10, doesn't matter. As long as you beef up their HP to about 4,000 each if you're using a magic team. And with physical units, if they're up to like 6, 7,000, they're gonna be very hard to kill. Nobody's gonna be able to drop them all in one shot unless they elemental chain you with like 3 Chizurus and 2 Yuns and whoever else they can elemental chain with to destroy your entire team instantly, which is not going to happen with every single fight. The whole point of the arena for you is to do your fights, get your medals, take a couple of hours away from the game, and then come back and not lose all of that progress. You don't want to come back and see that you lost 6,000 rank points because your team sucks and they're not protected, and you're just gearing them up for damage while they're using dumb skills like Bar Fire and Faith and Protect. So, using this small strategy, which surprisingly not a lot of people do that I've noticed, even on my own friends list and in discussions I've had with other players, using this, you can definitely come back to your game later and see that you've only lost maybe 1,000 rank points or only 2,000 rank points. And by then, you'll easily get them back. And you can kind of inch your way up toward that coveted bracket of under 3,000 in the top 3,000. Now, you don't need that every week, but you will definitely using this always if you stay on top of it and do it every couple hours. You will be in the top 30,000 and get decent rewards every week and every month if you do this. So that's all. I just wanted to take a minute to explain that, kind of show you how I approach fighting in the arena. Not really so much about winning because that's very easy. It's more about not losing as much when you're away. So that's it for now. Thank you. I'll see you guys again tomorrow when I stream at 4 o'clock. Thanks to all the new followers, new subscribers. I'll check you tomorrow. Bye.